Hi everyone, this is Shashank and this is my YouTube channel. A few days ago, two of my friends, they requested me to make a tutorial about one video that they've seen on Instagram. Here, as you can see on the screen, this video was created by Yash Tambe. His Instagram account is by the name of Kickin. So, without any further delay, let's start with the tutorial. So first, what you have to do is go to the composition tab and create a composition. What I'm creating is 1920 by 1080 pixels and a 10-second composition, and name it whatever you want. I'm naming it Retro Text Animation. Now go to the layer, go to solid and choose a color. I'm right now choosing a gray color. You can have whatever you want. Now go to text and type in whatever you want. I'm gonna have retro as a text. Now resize it a little bit and just move it upward. Now go to the Google and we're gonna search for grungy texture background. Go to the images, and once you find what are you looking for, any suitable image that you like, just go and click on that and save it. I'm gonna go with this one. This looks good. Once you have this in your system, just drag it and drop it in After Effects. Now, as you can see, it's here. We are going to change its mode to luminosity. Now, just press P for the opacity and change it to whatever you like. I'm just resizing it first and then changing it to 4. Somewhere around 4 looks nice. I'm sorry for the shortcut. I said P. It's T actually. It's T for the transparency, opacity. So remember that. Just go to layer and make new solid and just go to the mode and change it to dissolve. Now press T for the opacity and change it to somewhere around 10. It looks good. Now once you have it, rename this as grain. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy this layer and we're going to right click on it and making a pre-comp and name it grain again. Now as you can see, it's pretty good grain that we have. Now we're going to change its mode to soft light. Now as you can see, it looks good. It's somewhere what we're looking for. Alright, so next step is just, except for our text layer, select all of the other layers and create a pre-comp and name it as a background. Once you have this, just go to effects library and type in blur. You'll see there will be a Gaussian blur legacy. Just drag and drop it and make it 1.2 or something. It looks good. Now again, you have to go to the YouTube and type in old film scratch. What I'm going to download is this one. So I simply go to Google again and type in download YouTube videos. The first link that come up is Y2Mate. And I download it from there. And once I have it, I drag and drop this to my system. Now once you have this, just rename it. Whatever you like, and change this to add. And change the opacity to 25%. I should have named it as Film Scratch. That's my mistake there. It's not green, it's Film Scratch. Anyway, once we have it, just place it however you like on the screen. You can move it around. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to create more keyframes for the text layer. So as we have 2 keyframes right now, as you can see, we'll just have to make one more. We're going to copy these 2 and paste it here. We're going to again copy the first keyframes and paste it to the last. Now what it is doing is, as you can see, it's helping us to create a loop. Now go to layer and select text. I'm just going to create one more text layer so that it looks meaningful. It's not necessary, but I'm just creating a look so it completes it. It says Retro Typography. So once we have that, just place it underneath our main text. Now we're going to copy our retro text layer and we're going to remove the scale and the position keyframes. Once we do that, we're going to create a position keyframe at the end and then move it all the way up so that it creates another keyframe automatically, just like this. So now we have kind of an upward motion to it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to again copy this and create a pre-comp. Once we have a pre-comp, we're going to our effects and presets and search for CC scale. As you can see, we have CC scale wipe effect. Now go to somewhere here and create a keyframe and change the direction to 180 degrees. Once we have that, we're going to the beginning of the slide and change it to -40. Once we change the stretch to -40, you can see that we're getting kind of a cool stretched look out of it. Now as you can see, it's quite fast right now. What we are going to do now is we're going to crop this and we're going to right click on it and go to time stretch and then change its time to somewhere around 5 seconds. Why we're doing this? We're just slowing it down so that it matches with main text. So now the animation matches with our main text. the next thing we are going to do is we're kind of going to align this effect with our text, with our main text, something like this. So once it's done, you can kind of see that there's something wrong, it's not right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to realign this until I get it right. Here, just crop it, and once you crop it, just go inside the layer that we've created, the effects layer that we've created for the text, and copy it. Now we have two of them. Select both of them, right click on it, and pre-comp it again. Now crop this. How you crop it? Just press Alt and close bracket key on your keyboard and it will crop it. Now once we have the cropped layer, just go to the effects and presets and type in warp. Drag it and drop it on the layer. As you can see, just change the value to 0 again. Now at the end of it, create a keyframe to bend and vertical distortion. It's not important to create a keyframe for bend, just create it for vertical distortion and that will be fine. Go to the beginning of the layer and just change the value to -100. Now as you can see, we're getting kind of close to what we want. We're creating this really cool effect where it's starting narrower and becoming broader. Now again, we're going to create a pre-comp. And crop it where it ends. Now we're going to make 3 copies of this layer. I'm going to show you in a minute why. Now right click on it, click on layer styles and click on color overlay. Now change it to yellow. Now hide this layer and switch on the other layer. Do the same. Go to the layer style, color overlay and create a different color. I'm gonna go with something like purple and pink. Now go to the third layer and do the same but have a different color this time. I'm gonna have something like blue. Now once I have all 3 colors, I'm now going to switch on all of my layers again, and here you are. As you can see, we have all 3 layers with different colors. We're just going to rearrange it and rename all the layers according to the colors. So now I'm going to rename this to yellow. This one pink. And this one to blue. Now once we renamed all our layers, just hide all of them for now and switch on our yellow layer. That's what we're going to focus on right now. Go to the ellipse tool and create a mask. Just change its shape a little bit, make it broader. Press M for the shortcut, or maybe just click on the mask, drag down arrow, and it will bring on these all menus. Now go to the mask feather and increase the feather. I'm going to do it somewhere around 107 or something. Perfect, it looks good. Now once we have this shape, we're now going to align this with our text animation. As you can see, there are still some sharp edges coming on this layer. So what we're going to do is we're again going to hit M for the mask, going to the drop down menu and making a keyframe to mask path, and then moving it around just right there, so that all the sharp edges goes off. Once we're happy with the effect that we've created, we're now going to copy our yellow layer and change its color to the other two colors that we have created previously. We don't need the other layers now, so we're kind of going to delete them. So we're just going to pick our colors from the previous layers that we've created. So I'm going to pick pink from this one, I'm going to delete this, and now I'm going to do the same with the blue one. So I'm going to copy the pink layer and change it to blue. So now once we have created all of them again, see, we have all three colors. Now the problem is all of them are aligning perfectly behind each other, so we are not being able to see a separate color. Now what you have to do is just move each layer a little bit further than the other one, and now you see it's creating this cool neon light effect. It looks really nice. Just move it around until you feel it looks nice. When you're satisfied, just leave it there. And we're now going to again selecting all three layers and going to make a pre-comp once again. We're going to name it as something like neon. Now once we have this layer, just crop it somewhere here where it ends and realign it so that it fits perfectly with our text animation. Somewhere around this looks fine to me. Now we're going to again right click on this layer and click on time stretch, and change the time to 2 seconds or something and realign it. Keep in mind that whatever time I'm putting in here might differ in your file. So just keep on tweaking it and moving it around until you think that it looks nice and it aligns perfectly with your text animation. I'm going to change it to quarter for now just to see, because my system is kind of slowing down right now because of all those effects. Now, I think it looks good here. But we're not done yet. Just move the text a little downwards so that it aligns with our rainbow. I'm quite okay with what we have created right now. So now we're going to make it a little complete. Right now it looks incomplete. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this retro text animation that we've made, put it below our main text animation, just hide this main text animation for now and just focus on the copy that we've made. Now select this copy, go to the effects panel and type in Gaussian. As you can see, we have two Gaussian blur options. Choose anyone, doesn't matter. Just drag it and drop it here and change the blurriness value to somewhere around 5.7 or whatever you like. I'm quite fine with somewhere around here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on this layer and create a color overlay and select the color blue because that's the topmost color in our neon effect. Now what I'm going to do is press T on your keyboard and change the opacity to somewhere around 38. It looks fine to me, but you can change it to whatever you like. Now I'm going to move the layer so that it aligns perfectly with the animation. It looks fine something here. Now I'm going to extend my layer a little bit to the beginning, and now I'm going to switch on my main text animation layer also. Now as you can see, the text shadow kind of effect that we have created behind it, it's not aligning perfectly. So what we're going to do is we're going to press S on our keyboard for changing the scale value. Just press P again on your keyboard and move it upward to align it perfectly, and then again press S to make it smaller. Something like this. Once we have this, what we're going to do is we're kind of going to make it fade off at the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just press T on my keyboard and create a keyframe, move it and make another keyframe and make it 0 so that it disappears. So as you can see, it looks close to what we want to achieve. We are pretty much there. Just crop this and copy it and right click on time again and click on time reverse layer. What it does is it reverses all the effects that you have created in your animation. Now what we have to do is again we have to align it, play with the position and scale. Now once we have aligned it properly and we're happy with the effect that we've created, it should look something like this. Now I'm not saying this is perfect, but this is my interpretation to what I have seen on his Instagram account that we've seen. So it's totally my way of doing it. There are 1,000 ways of doing such animation and there are different tools that you can use to achieve the similar look, but this is just what I came up with. So I hope you guys like this tutorial. So before ending this tutorial, I'm going to tell you how to export the animation. Just go to the composition tab and click on add to Adobe Media Encoder queue. Once you click on that, Adobe Media Encoder should open up with this screen. Just click on the video format link that you see on the left and you should have this screen open. Now the video format we're going for is H.264. The preset should be set on match source high bitrate. You can name it whatever you like and just browse it where you want to export this on your system. Now go down here and change this bitrate encoding value to VBR2 pass. Once you do that, click on render at maximum depth. Use maximum render quality. Check this box also and then click OK. Once you're done, click on the play button and your render should start. I hope you guys like this tutorial. As you guys can see, it is a fairly new YouTube channel. I don't have any subscribers, so I'm not expecting a lot of comments in the comment section, so it's not going to be that tough for me. So I'm going to read each and every comment, answer your questions, and make tutorials about whatever you request in the comment section. So just let me know if you want more of these, and I'll try my best to share my knowledge with you guys. Thank you so much and have a nice day.